When I started my first video journal almost 2 weeks ago, I made this proclamation that I'm going to spend more time outdoors. And so my front porch is now all set up. I'll do another video another time where I can properly show it off. I have not spent much time out here because, first of all, to be out here, I can lay down on the couch thing that I bought. But it's just uncomfortable to sit. It's been uncomfortable to sit because I'm, got this like water fat suit on me from the waist down. And it's just hot. Like it's 6:42 in the morning and it feels like it's got to be at least 80 degrees. Zipper's putting his paw through the fence trying to get something. It's distracting me. So, but I am feeling so much better. So I've been on this diuretic now for like 6 days, but also, most importantly, I had an in-home massage last night. And she's amazing. She's sort of more healthcare focused than like spa massage. So she really understands the body and took time to ask me everything about what was going on, and did the whole thing so I could be laying on my back the whole time, which was really great because I think laying on my stomach would have been very uncomfortable. Yeah, I know, right? I'm panting too. It's hot out here. And she really like worked on my whole lymphatic system and just very, very gentle, right? Because she didn't want to overwhelm. And just like let's listen to your body. Let's make sure that, we're not overwhelming anything, So that was, and then she explains a lot of things as she's going, explaining like when she was kind of working on my legs, explaining like we have to make sure that there's like this sort of open flow, because if not, it's like pushing water in a bathtub. Like there's nowhere for it to go. So I can definitely feel the difference from that. Like huge difference from that. So I was so glad I did that. And when we were talking before the massage, she said something that kind of resonated with I don't remember her exact words, but it resonated with what I've been saying a lot in the past 2 weeks, which is when I'm done with this, I'm going to be unstoppable. Because, so she said something to that effect, and it was just like, not like flattery or not like, you go girl. Like I love that. I love when people say like, you go girl, you got this. But it was just like this sort of like calm, matter of fact, like almost prophetic kind of just statement. And I was like, yeah. And I was telling her that I've realized that all these psychological tricks we play to protect us from fear, failure, rejection, all the stuff we don't want to have to feel in life. And we all have like these sort of protective mechanisms to, that kind of keep us from going for our dreams or doing some of the things in life we want to do, because those things kick in. And I think I've had this, I think the reason I keep thinking of this like unstoppable is because I've had this revelation is those things didn't protect me. They didn't save my life. They didn't work. Like the scariest thing that could happen to me still happened to me. So that's why I feel like there's a new neural pathway starting to form in my mind, right? Like there's this muscle memory that kind of says, well, don't go after that dream. Don't do this thing, right? And I know a lot of people who watch this who know me are probably going to be like, oh my God, you go after everything. But we all have like that frontier, that threshold of things that we want that we don't go for. And I have things that I have wanted and have struggled to go for. And it makes me question like, well, do you really want that? Are you really capable of that? And I know, like, of course I am. Of course I do. But these things that stand in the way because they were meant to be protective and safe. They didn't work because now I'm like in the scariest, craziest, most unknown, and putting myself, out here like this. So there's a bonus at the end of this video, some bonus content if you stick around. Really putting myself out there. So it made me think about a book that I read many years ago. Highly, highly recommend this book called The Big Leap. I think Guy Hendricks is the name, Guy or Guy Hendricks. And he talks about the fact that we all have like this thermostat, and anything above that thermostat in terms of happiness, joy, success, relationships, whatever, like if we start to go above that, we will do things to keep the temperature down, sabotage, get sick, whatever. And I remember like when I read that, I was like, oh my God, that really resonates. And I started just like mentally telling myself, like almost like a prayer, like accept to let your temperature go up, let your temperature go up. And there are other aspects of the book that are worth going into, but for now I'll just kind of focus on this idea of like sort of the thermostat. And there are these, I think it was 4 sort of basic psychology core things that sort of create that scenario. And most people deal with like a main one, maybe a secondary one. Most people don't have like all 4 are not prominent. And so like when I read the book, I like, oh, well, I know, I know which ones. But it was, I worked through that for like, a year of reading that book. That was very, very revealing. It was a very helpful book. And then like maybe 2 years ago, I pulled that back out because I was telling some other friends about it and like, hey, let's do like a little book discussion. And I realized like I could tell like, oh my gosh, I like my temperature, I let my temperature go up. I let myself be more happy and more successful and all these things. But I could see that I had hit another threshold and that I needed to break through that. And so that's what this is making me think about again, that like I've been thinking for a long time that like there's, like you kind of peel back the onion and I'm like, there's just there's that last chunk. I mean, I personally believe that we're working on ourselves emotionally, spiritually, mentally till the day we die, really. So I'm not saying that like this is like the solution and I'm done, but this is like, I've always been thinking that there's like this, there's the big layer or the thing that's just is the thing that's just won't go away, or the thing that I can't figure out. And one day I'm going to figure it out. And I'm telling you, like, a cancer diagnosis is enough to make you be like, well, I don't need that anymore. Like it's just been a very interesting kind of revelation, and I'm still kind of unpacking what all of that means. I'm trying to be really in tune. No. I'm trying to be really in tune with what my heart might be trying to tell me. Like last night, I woke up in the middle of the night and had just like a nightmare almost. And I remember it very vividly. You know how easy it is to forget dreams. I was, all kinds of weird stuff was happening. I don't remember all of it, but I remember I was like going to somewhere where I was laying down and a nurse was coming to put a needle in me for, like in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, this is chemotherapy. And I'm not afraid of needles. Like I don't have any issues with that. But I was scared. I was freaking out. And my sister was nearby and was giving me like she's always there. She goes to every appointment. She was giving me like words of encouragement. But I felt really alone. And I sent her a message this morning and I said, I think that's telling me that I don't want to be in the house by myself as much when I'm going, oof, there you go. If you're wondering, let the tears flow. That will tell you. I think that I'm a little bit, I don't want to be alone in my house when I'm going through this. I'm glad I'm single. I'm glad I don't have to deal with a guy. I'm glad I don't have to deal with a relationship during this. I mean, in the right relationship, a man in my life might be a nice thing right now, but I'm glad that I don't have that to deal with. But I realize that and I'm good at being alone. I travel alone very easily. I love my own company. But I think I'm realizing that I don't want to be alone. So I'm glad I realized that. I'm glad this is the epiphany. And so I'm learning. I'm going to learn so much. I know that this whole experience is going to make concentration and focus very hard. It already really has. But in those moments that I'm able to still reflect and meditate and think and do this, I'm looking forward to what I'm going to learn and what I'm going to get out of this. So, okay, for everybody who stayed till the end, you get a little bonus. Okay, so for the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks almost now, I've been wearing nothing but these like flowy yoga pant kind of things because they're very loose. And I'm just like, literally, I'm wearing a fat suit. It's so weird. I can't wait to have like my body back. So like from the waist down, I'm just like, and so I'm wearing like these, kind of loose flowy pants. And today I'm wearing like a pair of shorts that has that same kind of like a loose waist and everything. Well, I am getting a little more cold natured. I guess, my body, that probably makes sense. And so this morning I wanted to put on socks, which I don't normally wear socks. Even in the winter, I don't wear socks. No. Hey, shush. No. There's a dog in the street. So there. Sit. So anyway, so I had recently bought some compression socks because of all this. So this morning I'm wearing orange compression socks with llamas on them, and my legs are still so swollen. It's so weird. Like, if you don't know my legs, you probably don't think much of it, but my legs are like huge right now. But there they are, orange compression socks with llamas. That's not me. I'm not normally a buy socks with animals, that kind of person, but I needed compression socks. I figured they may as well be fun.